Hello, welcome to Art Online. My special guest today is Apparan, and she's just round the corner actually from me. I'm in, East London, and you're pretty much East London as well, aren't you, Apparan?
Yes, I didn't know that though.
Yeah,
Good.
no, honestly, just down the road. I'm in sort of Bow, and I think you're in Stoke Newington, aren't you? So we're both London-based, but speaking over the magic of the internet.
Good. Yeah, amazing. Thank you very much, Stuart, for inviting me to talk to you today.
Oh, no problem at all. How have you been finding things, first of all, in the whole lockdown situation?
Well, it's pretty busy. There are sad times, weird times for artists, but I've been busy. I think now I'm busier than before. I've been doing a lot of different things, from administration, admin stuff, a lot of tasks that I had in a to-do list. It's very good to do a to-do list. And then I've been doing things, with my art, etc. So yeah, pretty busy.
I mean, I have noticed that you've been very active online, and I think because you're an artist, and I should have said this before. You're an artist, and you also curate and co-create shows, particularly local shows to you with a group of artists, with a project called the Art House Project. And this seems to have taken a new lease of life online a little bit. You've got a lot of activity going on. You've got artists sharing work. You're doing little virtual galleries, painting sessions, all sorts of stuff. See a lot of it. What gave you the idea to do that, and how is it all going, this new virtual world that you seem to have found?
Well, I started to, when I said I'm admin things, I'm talking about especially these and the Artos project, and keeping the our profile online, our web page, all the maintenance. So I've been doing that, and we have devised a sort of program with different activities and events online, like, for example, from doing live painting online with a group of artists. I see that they like doing that a lot, many of the artists in our collectives, and they want to take part. So we do little groups, and we shoot it in, we meet in Zoom, but then I stream it online where people can join in, ask questions, and we keep it chatty, and then we show our final outcomes. And so we are doing that every fortnight, every Saturdays at 6. And then we did an online show because, unfortunately, our show Anatomy had to be postponed. And then so we decided to do one related to or about the work that artists been creating. I think at the beginning of the lockdown, there was a little bit of, oh my God, what's happening? This is sad times. A lot of our artists stopped creating. And I did try to kind of like keep the excitement of creating and the art a little bit going by creating work that could be related to coronavirus or not, or any kind of work. And so I created a Facebook group called Art House Project, Art and Music Against Coronavirus. And from that, then we did a show. And it's on the webpage, and you can visit it. And there are like around 40 artists from around the world. And we're showing like 100 pieces that they are sculptures, even murals, music productions, video projections, etc. So a lot of work in there.
It seems to be a combination of, first of all, creating a online space to create and share work. That seems to be the first thing that's coming out. And the second seems to be this building of a community and building up of a support network. Because you're right, I mean, you mentioned that your own show, Anatomy, had to be postponed. I think a lot of shows have had to be cancelled. And I suppose, are you finding that artists and creative people generally need this outlet, need this community, need this involvement of others to just share and collaborate with? Is that what you're finding?
I think from a perspective and our collective, which is having like around 30 artists actively involved, and then a lot of like guest artists, what I see around is that we need the different things, and every week we need a lot of different things. First of all, we needed to keep the, like the spirit positive and creative, and keep together, not separating ourselves. And also, many artists, I see that, especially full-time artists, they need support economically, because many of the shows, they have been cancelled. If they had work in shops, they are closed. And so I also try to, support in that sense.
So are you selling,
Exam-
do you sell work through that group as well then? Do you create an opportunity for artists to sell work as well?
Exactly. And so I try to showcase them. For example, in our online show, there's always links to their shops, to their Instagrams, and then they can, like if you're interested in the work, you can go there. And also orient people and get like a sort of, information about what can we do, can we apply for help, can we apply for fundings, can we, what other activities can we do that, we can, or where can we participate, because there are a lot of organizations that they are doing a lot of things, from raising money for charity as well, and then we can take part on all of that. So keeping, the information out there and going, and I think we've been very successful so far.
Yeah, it does sound, it does sound very, very supportive, and I'm sure, I'm sure that's exactly the sort of thing that people need, artists and other people need in sort of, times like this when things are changing quite, we're all in this different environment, aren't we? I want to go on to ask, a bit about you as an artist and the sort of art that you do, and what sort of you might be known for. Do you want to tell me something about what your art, first of all?
Normally I do illustration, I do paintings, and I do murals. The thing I like the most, doing murals. Most of the time we can't do murals in London because it's raining, but I do paint quite a lot when I have time, And so I've been researching back again on watercolors. It seems to me that media appealed to me during the lockdown. So I've been working on, splashes and drips and the watercolors and how to illustrate and doing some work on that. And this is kind of like the work I've got in my working wall at the moment. Then I did a workshop online, teaching sort of like these sort of new skills that I'm finding and how to teach them as well. And I've been painting with oils because I'm learning a little bit about oils, oil painting, so I've been practicing. And I've been upskilling myself as well, because this is the time now that we've got that we can attend workshops online, and we can, improve our artistic skills. That's what we've been doing. And as you know, last weekend I took part in Home, which was a mural festival, like with around 800 artists all around the world were painting at home. And so I did a mural in my garden, and it was really, really fun. The tricky thing was that you are only allowed to use the paint that you had at home. And so I saw myself that I was running out of different colors, but then I had to improvise. But it was really, really fun, and also made me think about the environment and about reusing as much as you can, the paints that you have, and especially spray paint.
So you seem to, I mean, I'd heard about this Home. What a great idea, right? So essentially just, 800 artists around the world painting murals in their gardens or on their walls inside, and then just sort of sharing it. Again, creating this sort of collaborative space to share work. But the other thing that I was quite interested in what you said there is that you're using this opportunity, this time to learn and to enhance your skills. And I think you mentioned oils, and you mentioned watercolors, and so is that something you do? You're taking it as a personal learning opportunity, this downtime that you've got?
Yes, definitely. I'm also I'm going to start doing a Photoshop workshop as well, because I'm really bad at ICT and drawing virtually, and I just can't do it. So I'm going to start with Photoshop and see where it takes me. And another thing, because we've got a lot of artists in our collective that have and share a lot of different skills. And so I'm going to be taught by one of our artists these Photoshop skills, and hopefully it would be something kind of like that we can keep on going, like sharing the skills. And yeah, I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, well, I think that sort of excites me as well, actually, because I think that's a good way of really sharing between each other. If so you can use this opportunity to link up with somebody else and say, look, can you spend a bit of time with me doing Photoshop, and maybe in return you can help them in some way, and
Because
that's a great
I
way.
need a teacher.
If you know anybody that's good at video editing, let me know, because that's the skills that I need.
Yes. Learning that a little bit as well.
Yes, exactly. I just wanted to also ask, because one thing about your work that I know of, I see your work quite a lot in the East End in Brick Lane, and you do a lot of what we call paste ups. And
Yes.
the sort of paste ups that I see and I recognise of yours is the heart. You draw these hearts and you paste them up. You go around and the original drawings, and you slap them on the walls, and and people can enjoy them. Um, what is it about the hearts that you like? And because it's an anatomical heart, it's not like a anatomical heart. What is it about that you like? And when did you start the whole paste up thing?
Yeah. But one thing about my art is like I get fixated with different motifs, and I'm fixated with different parts of the body. And like, it could be eyes, it could be hands. Now there are a lot of hands, some mobile, there are some hearts as well. Um, so I do like, concentrating in different parts, especially the body. I studied a little bit life painting in Hackney College. I did a lot of that. I'm doing it online as well. I really love the human body, inside and outside, and I really love drawing it. People, most especially women, because my work is also about women and women issues and self-realization, and yeah. So I get fixated on the organs, even the lungs. I like drawing lungs, kidneys, and all sort of organs. Yeah.
And then you put it out for everyone to enjoy, and everyone sort of gets, oh, where's an anatomical pair of lungs on the wall?
It's the heart, isn't it? It's
Yes.
where it's kind of like everyone says, oh, the feelings,
Mm.
but it's also the brain and the connection between them. And I think it's also something very positive, especially like if you do it very colorful and you're in the streets, and sometimes, well, most of the time in London is grey, and seeing colors and colorful things that inspires you on the walls it really motivates people and make them happy. I also like when people take photos of the paste apps and they do their own captions and they write really lovely things or really crazy things about your piece. I really love that.
And that must give you a buzz. So you're getting the immediate, reaction from social media as people go around. But what started you paint? Why did you decide to go out into the street in the first place? What made you take that move?
Super. I think it was something very natural because I always loved street art. I followed a lot of artists, street artists during my life. I loved going out there, taking photos of the work, sharing the social media, and also keeping them, and seeing the people painting in the street as well. I enjoyed it very much. And So it was a little bit of a natural thing. And at first I decided to, just by taking part in a festival, which was Femme Fears. That was the last one. Femme Fears, like
It's
years ago.
2015. That was a long time ago. Yeah, 2015, 2016, something like that.
Yes, so
Yeah.
I wanted to do a piece in there because of the female-related theme. And then I took part in, I think most of all the festivals, the cancer one, Do One Cancer.
That was in Leek
And
Street Tunnel as well. Yeah.
yes, so I mostly paint in festivals, and it started like that as well. Then the paste cups, they came later as a very quick way of, portraying and putting something on the wall, making people feel happy and inspired with the hearts, with the love, with the, like a positive message, especially during the grey days, London grey days. And that's how it started. It started like a very, I think, natural way,
Oh, it
I
sounds
also
fantastic.
knew many of the artists as well, and so they sort of inspired me to do that.
And I suppose then you get into the social network, if you like, and you start hanging out and getting to know these artists as people. And I suppose you grow your own skills by painting in these festivals and experimenting and
Yes,
keeping going out there really and doing your thing.
exactly. Yeah.
Right. Well, Apparan, thank you for joining me on Art Online. That's, really great to talk about your fantastic work. Really exciting things about the Art House project, and just fascinating to hear about your own art practice as well. Thanks a lot.